Hey, so I am sure you're here because you want to learn what are some different social media content topics that you can do for your business. So I'm going to go over examples that are for both product-based business and service-based business, and I'm actually giving you some insight into some of the awesome things that we do inside the Conquer Club. This is the social media content strategy thingy that I kind of created on my own. I've been using it in my business for years. A lot of the ladies inside the Conquer Club have also used it. So I want to show you, and maybe this will inspire you and give you some ideas on things that you can do inside your business when it comes to your social media content. Okay. So this is going to go over 6 topics or kind of like buckets that you can use when it comes to social media content. Okay, so I have 6 different buckets. Okay, so if you're taking notes, you have 6 different buckets of content to do for your audience. And what these 6 buckets of content do for your audience is it helps you navigate that know, like, and trust factor. I'm sure you've heard about that. Your audience has to not only know you, but they have to like you, and then they have to trust you, and that's what's going to get them from, hey, I see your content, to I want to buy. So it's not enough to just show up. We've got to show up with the right stuff to get them through, navigating that know, like, and trust factor. So again, people don't buy only if they know you. They don't buy only if they like you. Okay. They buy once you establish trust. And these 6 buckets help you do a combination of content to establish that trust. Okay. So the first bucket is going to be inspiring content. So I don't know about you, but I absolutely love inspirational content from entrepreneurs. Okay. This is going to help you position yourself as somebody that I don't want to say people can look up to, but they see that you're doing something of importance. They see that you're passionate about what you do. They hear the story behind what you do, and people buy stories, they buy people. So you're inspiring content. So some questions to ask yourself when it comes to doing inspirational content. Why did you become an entrepreneur? So if I were to ask you that right now, why did you become an entrepreneur? What would you say? Would you tell the story? Tell us why you became an entrepreneur. How did you get your business started? What are some of your long term goals and missions? So if I had a, microphone business, right? I would say I would just simply answer the question as the piece of content, right? So what are your long-term goals and missions? Even if I sold microphones, I will make a post, and it would have a picture of me, when I first started out. Um, and I would say, in 10 years, Deb's microphones is going to be the leading microphone for teenagers across America. I love this idea because it was inspired by my own teen daughter who needed a cute, fun microphone for her to use when she was doing Zoom with her friends during the pandemic. Right. So it's not salesy, and it tells people why you're doing what you're doing. So, what are some of the challenges you've overcome? Okay, this is also a great way for you to implement your product as the solution. So, if I sell weight loss products, obviously, there's probably going to be some type of weight loss story, or keeping myself fit, type of story involved here. So I could talk about how, when I first started dieting, I couldn't stay on track. I would do it for a week, then I would give up. I'd do it for a week and give up. But when I came across this Deb's magical weight loss tea, I noticed that it started to reduce my appetite. I didn't crave Oreos in the middle of the night like I used to. I didn't go get, cheeseburger combos every 5 seconds. This tea really changed my appetite, therefore changed my life. And I will have a picture of my before and after. Whatever the true, authentic, real story is, it's okay. It doesn't have to be some extreme example of how you went from 0 to 1,000. But whatever your chapter 1 was, your chapter 2 was, your chapter 3, that's okay. How does your business impact the community? Okay. This also stretches you as an entrepreneur, because keep in mind, your business isn't just about you. It isn't just about you, becoming rich. What is your business doing to truly impact people and help people? And what are some wins that you've celebrated? It's completely okay for you to share with your audience some of the things that you're doing inside your business. You don't have to post how much you're making in sales. You don't have to post anything that's extremely personal to you. Keep in mind, you draw that boundary. Okay. So that's the first bucket, inspirational content. Okay. So the second bucket is going to be educational content. So this is such a good one, and I'm sure you've heard about this before. This is where you solve your audience's problem. Okay. This is where your customers' pain points come into play. And I'm probably going to do a separate video on that too, so that you understand how to really, layer in your educational content. So watch the pain point video in a separate video. So refer back to your list of pain points and transform them into valuable, informative content. So your educational content, guys, educational content is just proof that you do what you do. Okay, so again, if I sell Deb's microphones, I'm going to put content out about how to clean your microphone. What if your microphone is distorted? What are three things that could be wrong with it? What if you're hooking your microphone up to your computer and it's not working? How do you troubleshoot it? So again, just those educational pieces that tie into what you do. So a service-based example of that could be if I had a credit repair business. My educational content, I wouldn't just sit around posting credit scores all day. I would be getting online talking about how to obtain a VA loan if you want to buy a house. Um, how to help your elderly parents navigate their finances if their credit isn't good and they're getting older. How to establish credit for your upcoming high school graduates. I will be doing educational content to let people know that I'm truly about this. So if you look at the pain points video, you'll be able to truly see how you use those to do your educational content. Okay, so that's bucket number 2. Okay, so we've got inspiring content, educational content. We're going to go on to bucket number 3. This is something that I added new for 2024 when I've done these courses before, because now they kind of TikTok has taken over short form video and people are like truly authentic on another level. I've added in this bucket of hobbies and personal interests. Now, again, you draw the line here. You don't have to get online and share all of your business, what you do every day, what you do when you first get up in the morning. If you don't have to do a get ready with me, a wake up with me, spend the day with me. You don't have to do that, okay? But if there is something that you do in your life, no matter how simple, this could be an easy way for you to connect and build rapport. And let me tell you why that's important. When people follow you on social media, especially if you're using your face or you're the brand of it, it almost like people want to feel like you're their friend or like they know you or that they can relate to you, right? So let's say if in your spare time, even if it's not every day, you actually love shoes, right? You've got a lot of shoes, you love shoes, and you shop for shoes often. It's just something cool that you do. You don't monetize it, it's something that you enjoy. That's an easy thing to share with your audience. Or let's say, for example, like me, I tried this before because I love grocery shopping at Aldi. So I would show, some of my finds from Aldi, just a way for me to be able to connect with my customers in a way that doesn't require me to necessarily sell to them. And again, this really, really hypes up that know, like, and trust factor. You don't have to go all in and be an expert on your hobby, but if it's something simple that you do, you can share it with people. So even if you're a woman and you go get your nails done, and that's just something that you do, you know, every 2 weeks, like me, I just religiously get my nails done. I could start doing hashtag nail cam, every other Friday. Hey ladies, I got my nails done today. I got my hot red. Should I try anything new? Or okay, y'all know nail cam Friday is going to be this week. I want to try orange. Here are 4 pictures. Pick the one you like best. So it doesn't have to be anything extravagant, but this is where you really have to, if you're going to do it, then you're going to do it. If you're going to be a brand, then you got to be a brand. So you have to take some other element or personal interest about you and you can insert it here. Okay. So remember, the biggest thing here is authenticity is key. Don't try to be someone you're not. If you have to go and make this up, then you're probably overthinking it and not doing it right. Okay. So really observe some of the things that you're already into, no matter how small. Okay. So I want to go over these examples. I had reading, journaling, cooking. This is an easy one to do. You don't have to be a full-blown food influencer, but if you like pizza, that can be a part of your content. I mean, it's easy. Makeup tutorials, family time, home decor, shopping, couponing. So easy examples. So that's bucket number three, which is your hobbies and personal interests. So bucket number four is going to be social proof, where you have to show that you're worth trusting. Okay. We don't want to be your guinea pig. Okay. We don't want to be customer number one. We want to have proof that what you're doing already works. We want to have proof that other people have bought it, loved it, and enjoyed it. And if you don't have any type of social proof, then hang tight because I'm going to show you what to do instead to conquer that so that you can be good. Okay. So, social proof, show that you're worth trusting. So, people need reassurance before buying. So you have to have your testimonials and social proof. So the big thing about testimonials, and I always hear this, people don't leave reviews. People don't leave reviews. If people are not leaving reviews, it's because you're you probably didn't ask them enough. Asking somebody just one or two times for a review is just simply not enough. You can reach out to them multiple times to get that review. Okay. Please don't let your personal feelings get involved where you're like, oh, I don't want to bother them. I don't want to bother them. No, you need those reviews from those people today so that you can get customers tomorrow. Okay. So get your reviews after people buy something from you or if they book your services. Okay. So also, if people aren't leaving reviews, we may need to assess how we're showing up in the marketplace. Okay. People can't wait to showcase when they buy from brands that everybody else love, whether that's big or small. So if you find yourself in a position where you're like, man, nobody really wants to review and talk about my product or service, I want you to ask yourself, are you hyping it up enough already? If you're not hype about what you do, you're not hype about your products or services, you're not turning up, with your products or services, then of course your customers are going to feed off that energy. But if you talk about your stuff all day, every day, and you're really consistent with it, and they finally got a chance to try it and they loved it, that's going to raise, they're going to be more inclined to go ahead and leave you a testimonial or review. So keep in mind that when it comes to reviews, they feed off your energy. Okay. So always request, your reviews from your satisfied customers. You can offer incentives for reviews. You can showcase your testimonials. Of course, you want to put out your testimonial no matter how big or small, and you can use a testimonial multiple times. Okay, now that doesn't mean you post it every other day, but if you posted a testimonial in August, you can repost that testimonial again in December. Okay. And again, be your own best advocate. If you use your product or service, show it. Okay. So this is going to help me segue into the people where they're like, oh, I really don't have many reviews. I really don't have many testimonials. Now you should be your own first customer. Okay. So if you make t-shirts and you don't have testimonials, then guess what? This is now a part of your investment in your business. You need to be making t-shirts for yourself to do XYZ. Okay. If you sell credit repair and you don't have any reviews, tell the authentic story of who you are and what you're doing. Okay. So I'll give you an example. So let's say, for example, if I had Deb's Credit Repair and I actually didn't have any reviews, I've had a few customers, not too many. Nobody's really left a review. I would go back to what's the most authentic story of why I started my business. No fake fluff, making it seem like I'm already up here and already this and that. And let's say if I said, hey guys, I'm looking to start a credit repair business. I fix my own credit. I fix my cousin's credit and I fix my coworker's credit. We all had a score increase of like 200 points. So I'm looking for maybe 10 people who are interested in letting me try the same method on them. If you're interested, I'm going to put my link down below. Y'all can book a call, but I'm only taking 10 people. That's not salesy. That's not scammy. That's saying, hey, this is where I am and this is what I'm looking to do. I've seen ladies do this and that generates so much more buzz than us trying to come on the scene, making it seem like we're already, big dog 100K, wealth is my middle name type of thing. You can share your authentic story and it's probably going to generate an even better response. Okay. So if you don't have any testimonials or reviews, be your own first client and tell the authentic story of that. So again, if I go back to my, t-shirt business and I haven't really had many customers, I would start printing my own shirts and telling the story of that. Hey ladies, today I made my t-shirt. I'm going to be having my self-care day. I'm going to get my nails done. I'm going to get a pedicure and I'm going to take myself to lunch. So I made myself a cute shirt and it says self-care equals self-love, and on the back it says hashtag summer 2024, whatever, right? I began to be a walking example of my product, and that serves as social proof on its own. And that's what's going to help somebody navigate to actually buying from me. And then I have to get a testimonial and social proof from somebody else. Okay. That has to be a key part of what we do. You talking about how good it is without any type of story or social proof is just simply not good enough. Okay. So that's bucket number 4. Okay. So bucket number 5 is going to be entertaining and engaging content for you to spice things up. Okay. Humor, controversy, when used wisely, that's a whole nother course. Okay. It's a whole nother course. And engaging questions can breathe life into your social media. So don't be afraid to share relatable memes or funny content. So I don't mean that you have to be trendy and talk about the latest gossip and stuff like that. But if there's something relevant going on in your industry and if it aligns with your audience, you can share that, okay? So keep it relevant to your brand and avoid going overboard, okay? You don't want to be known for your gossip and mess more than you are for what you actually do. So spark discussions with thought provoking questions and host polls and contests. Okay. So let's take a travel business, for example. Okay. So if I were to mix in some entertaining and engaging content, and I had a travel business, I know recently, I don't know if you remember recently, but there was an airplane and they experienced so much turbulence. It was 2 different accidents, I remember. One of them where the door actually flew off midair. I'm sure y'all probably remember seeing that not too long ago. They were in the plane taking off and the emergency door flew off. And then there was another incident in the plane recently where they experienced turbulence so bad that people actually, because they were out of their seatbelts, they slammed and they had some injuries and they had somebody pass away. So if I were a travel agent and some of that stuff, came out, I would actually share that to my audience and say, wow, look at what happened. What are have you ever been on the plane and took your seatbelt off and didn't even think about it? Like that's really thought provoking and like, woo, wow. So if a funny piece of content. So let's say, for example, if I'm a travel agent and Spirit Airlines have a $19 sale or somebody has a funny TikTok about flying first class for the first time. That's stuff that I can repost on my page and get my audience to just see that we're human. We're not robots. We're human. We're regular people. This is a brand that you can grow to love. And then your posing contest. I haven't done too many posing contests on my own, to be honest, but I've seen them work for ladies who do products. So the only thing about posing contests is I think that this is for once you really build your engagement up. If you're really new to the online space, I would not focus on giveaways or doing anything for free, to be honest. Because what I've seen a lot of times is people host giveaways and nobody even participates. So obviously, it's not about the product or service. It's obviously not about the price because you can't even give people your stuff for free. It's about the fact that they're simply not engaged. They simply don't care. They don't know you. They don't like you. Definitely don't trust you because, of course, they don't even want your stuff for free. So I wouldn't really focus on polls and contests if I was new to the scene. If I was in my first couple of years, to be honest, I would wait until I'm super engaged or I'm doing a really huge collaboration. And I mean, years into your business before you do some type of poll of contest. That is not the strategy to use when you're brand new. It will surely be a waste of time for you. All right, so that's bucket number 5, y'all, which is our entertaining and engaging content. Okay, so bucket number 6 is going to be engagement content, which is where you're going to spark conversations and learn about your audience. Okay. So you'll be amazed at if I were to ask you, when was the last time you asked your audience a question? When was the last time you asked your audience for feedback? Okay. That doesn't have to be scary. It's actually insightful. So let's say if I'm a coach and I'm sitting around thinking, man, I don't know if I should do an ebook, if I should do a course, if I should do a masterclass, if I should do an event. Instead of sitting around twiddling my thumbs, going back and forth about whether or not I'm making the right decision, what if I got online and simply asked my audience, hey, y'all, I want to, if I were to talk about budgeting this summer so that we can prepare early for saving for kids for Christmas, which of these would y'all like? Would y'all like an ebook? Would y'all like a live webinar? Would y'all like for me to do an event, or would y'all like for me to do a virtual workshop on Zoom? Right? And see what people say. Okay. So it's okay for you to ask your audience those type of engagement questions. But here are some other examples that you can do. So, for example, if you have a travel business, you can simply put a picture of Aspen and a picture of Switzerland. Ladies, you're going on a ski day. Which of these will be your preferred place? Super easy. Okay, super easy. So, if you have a skincare business, do you have dry or oily skin? Okay. So you can say, you can put 4 different stages of acne, you can say, hey, ladies, have any of you ever struggled with these? Okay, and you can use these engagement questions to get people to talk about themselves, which is great. And you also want to use these engagement based questions to let them know that you can provide a solution for them. So if I do, for example, the travel agent question, and I have, pictures of Aspen or pictures of Switzerland for a ski season or whatever your audience is into, and a lot of women picked Aspen, then maybe a day or so later, I could get on live and talk about, ladies, if you're interested in a ski vacation, let me tell you the 4 things you need to think about if you're going to a lodge for the first time, how much ski equipment costs, how you can expect the weather to be first thing in the morning, and 2 things you should never do if you're going skiing for the first time. So those engagement based questions allow me to push out more powerful content for them. Okay, so people love talking about themselves, y'all. They love talking about themselves. So frame your questions to where they participate and tell you about them. Keep in mind, if you don't hear me say anything else tonight, this is no longer about you. It's no longer about you and how awesome you are and how hard you work. All of that is great, and it's a time and a place for that. But your page has to be worth following. Your page has to be worth, being insightful, making me think, showing me something cool, making me laugh. Okay. So when we flip the TV, when we flip through the channels and we land on your channel, what is it? Right? Is it all just about you, or can we watch it and laugh? Can we watch it and submit something back? Okay. So people love sharing their opinions and experiences. Okay, so again, if I was a dating coach, my engagement question would be, ladies, tell me about the worst first date you ever had. Right? So that type of thing will flock people to the comments. It will help position you as an expert in that space, because you talk about these things. This is where we can go read other stories and just talk about this one niche down topic. Okay. So you can gain valuable insights about your audience's needs and preferences, and you can build stronger relationships with them. And that fosters a sense of community. You want your people in the comments talking to each other, following each other. That's what you want. It's not just about you, it's about them. Learn about them. This fosters community and trust. Okay. So these were the 6 buckets for content. So I hope that this was really insightful. Okay. So the first one is inspiring content. Second is educational content. Third, hobbies and personal interests. Number 4 is your social proof. Number 5 is your entertaining and engaging content. Number 6 is your engagement questions. So if you need anything in addition to this, I have a content calendar that actually shows which bucket to do, what time of day, and how often. So if you're interested in that, you can check out the content schedule. You can also check out the pain point video. And that's it. I hope you have an amazing day. And y'all already know, let's wake up and conquer.